All right, we're back, and now we're going to be talking about 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah, this horse shit of an episode.
Well, don't be a hater.
I'm not a
You
hater.
just being a
I'm just
hater.
like, give me more substance, you know? I want
Yeah.
the drums.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the entertainment value that I'm deriving is from our podcast episodes.
Yes.
It's not
'Cause
necessarily
we're funny.
Right. It's not necessarily from the show, but like
Yeah.
some interesting things happen. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to get into it.
All right, bitch. Well, we're just going to be loosey-goosey about it, okay? There's no structure here.
Yeah.
We're in a dumpster.
We're just talking.
Just deal with
We're
it.
partying.
So we're going to start with Rob and Sophie, who were a boring nothing burger this
Yep.
episode.
Yes.
Essentially, Sophie's mom is telling her, leave this dude.
Why wouldn't you?
Why are you with him?
What are you getting from him? Does he
He's
have a
the worst.
magical dick? Does he
think so.
have a magical dick?
He's got a magical butt.
Does he?
Butthole. Yeah, from
Oh
his
my
OnlyFans.
Jesus, I had already blotted that from my consciousness. I had forgotten that we had found his OnlyFans and some pictures of him spreading
Yeah.
his sweet cheeks apart so we could see his booty hole. Did you
Yeah.
hear about that?
Yeah, he
'Cause I know
does
if you're-
gay stuff.
If you're on Patreon, we did post the picture.
Yes, we did.
Sorry.
It's pretty funny. You can find it on Reddit, though.
Yeah, you don't have to do all that. Yeah.
But yeah, so Sophie's mom's just telling her basically to leave him. Sophie's like, yeah, now I have doubts. I'm like, okay, finally.
Yeah.
I'm like, good. We've been doubting this for you.
Yeah, she's very impressionable. Like,
very.
before mom gets there, she seems to be okay with Rob. She's sitting at some fucking little table making him a meal
Right.
in a hovel that doesn't work for anybody.
A hostel.
But then as soon as her mom gets there and lends a critical eye to everything, she's like, yeah, fuck him. He's wrong.
He's not a real
She's
man.
reaching out to me to apologize. I'm like, well, take some responsibility for the bad choices that you are in the process of making.
For real. And then we have Rob at the laundromat talking shit
With
about
his
Sophie.
powder puff hair. I don't know, honey.
Cotton
I
tile.
just can't.
I mean, it's ridiculous. And he's just saying the same bullshit over and over again. Claire's disrespecting him.
I'm a
because
real man.
I'm a real man even though I don't have a job.
Right. And I don't want to get one.
And I spread my asshole open on
Right.
OnlyFans.
And I'm hoping that you and your rich
Ooh.
family can fund my vagabond lifestyle.
For real though.
Yeah, 100%.
He's totally hoping for a sugar
I'm
mama.
not saying he's a gold digger.
I mean,
Come on.
he is totally a gold
Yeah.
digger. And one of his friends, I forget which one, is like, I don't think they're going to get married. But the other one's like, no, I think they're going to get married and get divorced, which
Yeah.
I think probably tracks. I wonder if they're going to actually get married this season.
We already talked about that.
If they're going to see.
We talked about that.
Well, we'll see.
And I told you what happens.
I feel like it goes up and down. I feel like TLC
no,
always
this
fakes
is
us out.
objectively, we have an outcome. I told you about that.
Well, yeah, they go to Austin and stuff, but that's
Yeah.
after filming. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I wonder if we're going to see a fake wedding
Okay. Well,
on this season.
I don't think so.
Well, we'll see. Next, we have Nikki and Igor, who are going horseback riding.
This is all their relationship is. There's no fucking nuance.
No.
There's no aspect. There are no like enriching conversations about philosophy or science or the maths.
No.
There's nothing between these people except for, are you going to go to Pound Town tonight?
For real. Do you love me or not? And if you love me, then you're going to fuck this pussy.
Get up in it.
Multiple times a day,
Pussy.
Igor.
Put on it. Put it in there, Igor. Like, lady, I'm sick of you.
can't.
I'm sick of you. I will say, though, that on the road to horseback riding or whatever, like all of these produced moments and events, like, oh, I'm so sick of it. She looked pretty because she wasn't wearing a ton of makeup and she had freckles and her skin looked really pretty. I'm like, oh, Nikki, if you just calm down.
You don't need all that.
Yeah, you really don't need all that. You're very, very pretty.
Yeah.
I thought that scene was interesting because, of course, last week we have Igor out with his misogynistic, sexist Moldovan friend,
Ivan.
who's like, you need to be a man.
You need to be a
Give
real
her
man.
masculine energy. And so we see him trying to do that in the car ride. And he's like, no, you focus. You focus on me.
On our relationship.
Breakfast,
Yeah.
cleaning, be a woman.
And of course, Nikki's like, I'm not that kind of woman. Like, he wants a Moldovan girl, and I'm not like that. I'm not traditional. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We get it.
But I felt personally like she was cowed by that. Like, meaning that I felt like she was a little surprised by his energy because she kind of shut the fuck up a little bit. She didn't argue a whole lot back. She did a little bit.
Yeah.
But she kind of just took it and almost submitted. Kind of submitted to him being a complete monster.
I know. Focus. He's being crazy.
No more negative.
It's like he doesn't know how to be the man.
Breakfast.
I know. Ugh, make fire.
Sweets.
It's so ridiculous.
Like, I dare my husband to talk. Like, first of all, I would laugh.
Yeah.
And then I would squirt him with a water bottle. Like you do a cat. Like, shut the fuck up.
But you let him call you my 600-pound wife, though.
Well, because that's true.
Yeah. Next, we get to Manuel and Ashley, who again are boring because they're at Niagara Falls.
I can't take this.
And they're having the same conversation over and over and over again.
I want to die. I can't shut up. I can't with these people.
All they do is argue about
You're
money.
Taking the same argument.
And moving it.
And moving it from a restaurant with your fucking friends to another fucking cafe where you're fucking in the bathroom. Now you're on a beach fucking talking the same argument. Now we're at Niagara Falls.
Yep.
I don't care, Ashley. There's nothing he can do.
Nothing.
That would cause you not to marry him.
No. You're gonna marry him in the middle of a hurricane, which we have yet to see. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for it, though.
I am as well.
Well, and she said they're Cancer risings or something, though, at some point, because she's like, it's so great. Like, the vibe is so awesome at Niagara Falls because of the water and the rainbows, and we're Cancer risings. And I don't know what that means.
Well, they both have Cancer.
Maybe they're both Cancer
rising signs. Yeah.
Well, then that's why they have a hurricane at their wedding. That's the shadow side of the Cancer.
You think so?
Yes.
Don't do it.
God literally being like, don't marry each other.
So they go to Niagara Falls, and I'm like,
bored.
A. B. I'm like, to my husband, I'm like, is that a man-made waterfall?
What? Did you literally, were you actually thinking that?
I was mistaking it with like Hoover Dam.
Stop it.
And he looked at me and he's like, excuse me? I'm like, is that like a man-made waterfall?
Oh my God. And you're sitting there talking shit, being like, I'm dumb. I need to read books now. I'm smart. And you think
I'm getting smarter. I was like, wow, that's really incredible. Did men make that?
That's amazing.
So dumb. My husband is just like, I can't with you.
That's kind of cute.
Some things I'm very intelligent about. Like, you cannot touch my fucking vast knowledge on.
Yeah.
But most things, not so much.
I'm actually the same way. I make dumb, stupid comments like that. And your daughter's like, are you dumb? Who did I marry?
It's like my cousin, when we were 14, we were in the car going to the beach. And at some point, she just randomly said to my brother, hey, Lloyd, is the sun a star?
Stop.
And my brother's just like, are you fucking kidding me? Just like, no, is the sun a star?
Wow.
Yeah, I come from a long line of dumb people.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, now we know.
Oh my God. I can't with you. Niagara Falls.
I didn't
man-made.
know. I was thinking Hoover Dam. I don't know.
It's one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.
Okay.
We should go visit there.
I would love to.
I would actually really love to.
And the Grand Canyon. I've never been there.
You've never been to the Grand Canyon?
I've been up around there, but I've never been there.
Oh, the Grand Canyon is beautiful.
Yeah, I'd like to do that too.
Yeah, well, we
Is
should
that
do
man-made?
No. Yeah, they carved it out just like Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Which is also a natural rock formation.
Did it just happen that way?
Yeah, it's natural.
I would love to
God
see
made
that.
that.
That's magical.
Yeah.
All right.
Next we get to Gino and Jasmine, who are fucking insane.
It's a roller coaster whirlwind of an experience watching those two.
Up and down. So they're cutting vegetables in Gino's kitchen. And at some point it gets brought up, like, Jasmine's like, what's wrong, Gino? Your vibe's off. Vibe check. And Gino's like, well, I'm still kind of upset because your ex that you bring up in every single argument that we have, that he fucks you better and he's got a big dick and you love him or whatever. He paid for your implants and you didn't tell me. And she's like, well, he's my friend though. It was a gift.
Right.
And what about Gino when you sent my nudes to your ex-girlfriend who then, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Blackmailed Jasmine, like literally sent her nudes to Jasmine's employer because she was working at like a university or something and she got fired for it.
How'd she blackmail her, or did she just revenge porn her?
She just sent the nudes to her employer and yeah.
Right. So the first part is bad though, because instead of just taking responsibility for the really shitty thing that Jasmine did, and then she lied about it and held it from him.
Yeah.
She whatabouts him and says, well, what about you though? And your ex and all the shit
Right.
that person did. And then takes the light off of her, puts it on him. He doesn't react well.
No.
And the first thing he says, which is a really motherfucking thing to say, is, well, did you provoke her?
Yeah.
As
what
if
did you do?
Anything you can do that would provoke somebody doing revenge porn on you.
Right. Like, what kind of comment is that? And so that sets Jasmine off. She pops off
With her knife.
with her knife in her hand, screaming at him. And she's like, you know what? I'm just going to go fuck Dane, my ex.
He immediately goes to the one thing that would cause the insecurity in the first place, that would make him upset that you took $2,000 from him. Like, why is this
So
a
ridiculous.
mystery to you, Jasmine?
For real. And so she screams and she says, I'm not going to marry you because you're a fucking idiot. And then goes upstairs to cry. And Gino's like, I'm just going to give her some time.
Yeah.
Let her cool off, because usually when she does that, I'm able to talk with her. So he's learned his lessons
Yes,
a little bit.
he's learning some stuff.
So he sits downstairs and plays with their weird dog that's always dressed in some baby clothing. And then after like 30 minutes, he goes back up there and she's cooled down and they talk about it. And he's like, well, you should stop talking to Dane. Like, you should stop having a relationship with him. If I can't have a relationship with my ex, rightfully so, then you shouldn't have a relationship with Dane.
Yeah.
And so you need to break it off. And Jasmine agrees to do this.
Right.
But she pulls up her phone, her WhatsApp, and the first message that she has from Dane is, hey, babe, which means
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even see that. I saw there was something, but I didn't you did?
I'm sleuthing.
You zoomed
I'm
in?
a raccoon. I'm a forensic
Okay.
raccoon, bitch. No, I saw it. Like, they showed it. The producer showed it. And it said, hey, babe. And she had deleted all of the previous messages. So I'm like, bitch, you've
She's
been
a
cheating.
cheater. She's a hoe. She's a cheater.
And she's a hoe.
And she's a hoe.
For real. Like, and she had mentioned in this argument with Gino that she shouldn't have gone to like a goodbye dinner with Dane. And I'm like, okay.
A goodbye fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's been fucking him on the side for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she sends Dane a WhatsApp message, which I thought was kind of funny because she's like, you know, you're such an amazing guy and like so awesome. And like, I love you and I value our relationship a lot because you're just so amazing and so great. But I have to prioritize Gino and our relationship because I'm going to get married to him. He's my future husband. And so we can't talk anymore. Okay, thank you. Bye.
I thought her message to Dane was really sweet.
Yeah.
And I thought, what?
Well, except for her being like, you're so amazing.
Well, but I mean, I feel like she has probably cheated with Dane on Gino. And so
Multiple
she's
times.
trying to be as conciliatory and complimentary as, big words, complimentary as, I'm reading again, complimentary as possible so that he doesn't put up a fuss and make any trouble for her.
Yeah.
And I think it was a sweet message personally. And I'm really proud of her for doing it.
I am too.
Especially after she had that fucked up argument with Gino where Gino was 100% out of line for asking her whether she asked for it.
Yeah.
Or
Gino's
provoked.
fucking stupid.
He's terrible. And then they show the flashback from the previous season, which I conveniently forget all the time, where he actually sent her nudes to his ex. Like, look at what I got now.
Yeah.
And she finds out and she freaks out and she assaults him because they're crazy. But I'm like, he is such a dick bag.
He's scummy.
He's a fuckstick.
Yes.
He's a terrible person.
He totally is.
And you made the decision to stay with him, Jasmine. And so
I don't know
here we
why.
are. Yeah. Why?
I really
His
don't
dick
get
don't
it.
work.
He got no money and
He
no
got
job.
pee on you. Got to take the
No,
blue
she
pill.
pees on him.
What? Some is peeing on somebody. Got to take the blue pill to even approach your punani.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any communications style. Although in Miami, he was sweet in that last episode. So, I mean,
Right.
but is that enough?
I don't know.
I hate them
And then
both.
after she sends that message and they hug or whatever, I caught this comment. I don't know if you caught it, but Gino's like, he gives her a kiss and he's like, okay, do baby talk now.
What?
Yes, he literally said, okay, do baby talk now. And she's like, no, you don't deserve it.
Okay.
And he's like, why not?
That's interesting.
Baby talk. So she pees on him. She wears nurse outfits and she baby talks him.
Does he wear a diaper? Is he one of these adult diaper fetish people? Is he wearing a diaper in this scene? Does he have a Pampers on?
I think he wears diapers.
Oh. He wears diapers. That makes perfect sense.
I know.
Oh my my God.
And it makes sense with how like abusive Jasmine is. Like maybe it's like a weird dominatrix thing that they have, like a weird kink where she abuses him and dominates him and talks to him like a baby, I guess.
We're not going to kink shame. That's one thing we're not going to do, Beatrice, whore.
I'm not kink shaming, but I'm judging.
I'm judging it a little bit. I mean,
I think it's just crazy that he said that.
It's kind of, I totally missed it.
Yes.
Wasn't paying attention
He
at
literally,
all.
I had to rewind. I was like, I did not just hear that.
Fucking wearing diapers.
Yes. Baby talk now.
He's peeing in his diapers, honey.
Yes,
He's peeing in his poop. Is he poopy diaper?
I don't know. Maybe she like, maybe she feeds him bottles and stuff.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you.
This is the only way we make 90 Day Fiancé interesting is through our conspiracies and our theories.
For real.
Oh my God. He's a diaper wearing ding dong.
PP baby man.
Great.
Next, speaking of PP baby man, we get to Clayton and Anali and his racist mom.
God, so fucking xenophobe, boomer, fucking bitch.
Cook me American food.
I want a cheeseburger every now and again.
Why can't she speak English?
Cheeseburger. Because she's not from here, bitch. God. Why don't you go there and speak Spanish?
Well, but in all fairness, though.
No, there's no fairness. I hate her.
In all fairness, though, Clayton learned Spanish or whatever to speak with her. And she's supposed to learn English because they met on a translating app. So, I mean, she should be speaking more English.
Well, I don't know about more English. I think I
think she's trying,
is she? I think she's probably trying. It's going slower than maybe it could. Maybe she's not putting all of her forces behind her learning of a second language. Right. But his mom's a fucking toad
facts
bitch.
Toad bitch.
I'm sick of chicken. My son likes beef.
Oh my God. Like, shut up. And then she's bitching about how they interact in the house. She's like, I'm trying to sleep and you got lights on and you're making noise. You sleep in the closet.
In a fucking closet.
You sleep in the closet.
I just know you're going to ask me to leave.
Yes, you should.
Get out. Your son is trying to get married. He's trying to start his life. He wants to take a wife. He wants to fucking have a family. Yeah. Which would be a very weird looking family.
I mean, small hands.
Get out of his fucking closet, lady.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you hoarded your way out of your fucking ranch with 3 bedrooms, fucking 2 baths, and you don't have anywhere to go. Go live in your storage unit, you piece of shit. Tired of Peruvian chicken of all things. I wish my daughter-in-law would make me some Peruvian chicken.
I'll have to learn. I
hear it's really good.
It sounds delicious.
I would eat it every night.
It sounds delicious.
If I could only eat that shit every night.
I know.
This woman.
I know. Could you imagine if we lived together? I'd be cooking for y'all all the time.
I'd be so much fatter.
For real. You and your husband.
I know. Oh,
but I'd be making so much food for the family.
Wally up in here.
Yes.
I would just be like,
but you'd be happy.
Goody puffing around and be like, where's my fucking cookies?
And I dare you, if we lived together and you were complaining about what I was cooking for y'all, I would never. Bitch.
I would never. You're lucky to have a mother-in-law like me. I'm
very
such a fucking gem.
I have got the privilege.
You are so privileged. You don't even know. I'd be so grateful, but this bitch ain't grateful.
No, she ain't.
Anali is never happy.
No.
Anali has always got the fucking stink face. But if Anali's up in that kitchen making you Peruvian chicken, I wouldn't be bitching about the dishes. I'd be like, can I help? Let me do the dishes. Thanks for cooking this entire beautiful meal for me. Let me clean the kitchen. Right. Get out of your fucking closet.
I know.
You fucking hag.
I'm like, what are you doing all day?
Toad?
For real.
She's fucking reading xenophobic comics.
Maybe she's reading smut.
Now that's rude. Because my smut is not xenophobic.
No, I'm saying, but maybe she's reading smut in there because she's doing nothing.
Oh my God.
What does she do? She lays on a mattress in the closet all day.
She has a full-on like TV in there. Like maybe just an iPad.
She's probably got like a tablet or something, and then she cuddles and spoons with the guinea pigs.
I'm sorry, but you are a pox on his house. You are a fucking dark cloud of doom. Get out of the fucking closet. Don't be coming up here. Why can't she speak English?
Bitch, get out of here.
I hate this woman.
I know. And then Clayton even talks about how he has dealt with the treatment from his mom. His mom's super passive aggressive. She always makes comments and he just ignores it. But now that Anali is around, he's going to have to call her out on this stuff. And I'm like, okay, mama's boy.
Yeah, let's talk about that toddler bitch.
Yeah, for
because
real.
The moment one of my family members starts maligning my husband, you are going to have a problem with me.
Get out of here.
I'm not going to listen to that. And you can't stay in this fucking house. Get your fucking fat ass out of here. That is what I would be doing.
Yeah.
That is who I am. But I mean, like, why aren't you doing that, Clayton? You're allowing your dumbass, hoarder ass mom to say this shit, which is, I think, pretty racist, xenophobic,
Yes.
and mean about your wife who can't speak English or understand a lot of English, and you're talking to her about it.
Yes.
Like, yeah, I wish she'd speak English or whatever, learn English so that she
Right.
could take care of some of this wedding planning.
Oh my God. Let's get to the wedding planning shit
right.
though, because this is ridiculous. It's 3 days to their wedding and they've barely got anything planned. Annalie's like, Clayton, what have you gotten done? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I got plates.
With his little fingers.
I
don't know.
Little hands.
I don't know.
I've been playing World of Warcraft.
I just can't not see them.
I know.
Anytime he gesticulates, I'm just like, oh my God.
I can't imagine those
the
hands
small
touching me
baby
on my body.
hands.
I know.
Like you're being touched by a toddler.
Literally.
That's
and
a fucking crime.
I've got small ass hands,
You
but
do.
his hands are probably like smaller than mine.
And so white and pale. God, and gelatinous. God.
Gelatinous.
He's terrible.
No, for real. But like, so Annalie's asking him, like, what do you have planned? And he's like, oh, I don't know. Brandy's supposed to do stuff. And like, what have you done, Annalie? And she's like, I can barely speak English. Like, what do you mean? What have I done?
Yeah, but did you catch how she's like, I should have my makeup done and my hair done?
yeah.
I'm like, just go to the courthouse like I had to do for at least 5 of my own marriages. Get married on your own fucking dime.
Yes.
Take care of yourself. Do your own makeup. You don't need a fucking glam squad.
No, you
because you're in
don't.
America. Not everybody needs a glam squad.
Or your llamas and alpacas and
What the
bullshit. I can't.
Get the fuck out of here
I
with
know.
your alpaca bullshit.
It's for her culture, though.
Okay. Make your Peruvian chicken. I'll eat the fuck out of that. I do
real.
not need an alpaca. By the way, I think they're mean.
Oh, yeah, they
I
spit.
think they spit and they're
Yes.
mean. No thanks.
No.
I need an alpaca spitting on my Peruvian fucking chicken.
Absolutely not.
I do not want that.
No, thank you. And so they pack up their small car and they drive up to Indiana to go hang out with Brandy.
Which is the worst state in America.
I think Ohio is the worst
Nope.
state.
I've been to both. And I've been to Indiana quite a few times.
I feel like Ohio's
Nothing good happens in
worse.
Indiana.
Really?
Oh my God.
Methy?
I don't know. There's something just very depressing about
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Indiana. Oh my God. Something about it.
Really?
I don't like it. No offense. If you're from Indiana, maybe help me to see the light. But oh God. Let's go to Indiana for a fucking bachelorette. Why?
No, thank you. I don't know. It seems very dingy, but they go up to Indiana, they go and hang out with Brandy, and Clayton's like, yeah, so what have you got planned? And Brandy's like, well, I have a list for you of shit that needs to be done.
Yeah, I'm not your bitch.
Yeah. And I think she said, like, she was asking Clayton, like, what have you got done? And he's like, I've got plates and like banners or something like that.
They're plastic.
That's all they have. They don't have anything planned. They don't even have an
Why
efficient.
is he expecting his sister to do all of this shit? Did she volunteer at some point and we just missed it? But
No.
like, I dare my brother to tell me that I got to set up his whole life. I'm just like, okay, I'll be there right on time. And I would never go.
No, I know. And that kind of explains Brandy's personality a little bit. Like, we thought she was kind of being a bitch a few episodes
she's
ago.
got a fucking racist mom and a toddler baby pamper boy.
For real.
Brother.
And she even says, she's like, I don't think Clayton ever does anything on his own because he's always lived with her mom
She's a loser.
and like never does anything. And he's lazy. So he expects everybody else to take care of it because he doesn't want to be the man like Igor's trying to be, and actually take care of it. Focus.
Breakfast.
It's 3 days to their wedding. And I think they cobbled together some kind of bachelorette party or bachelor party.
Honey, I can't wait.
And he's like telling Annalie, no strippers.
Okay.
And what she do? She gets strippers.
I know.
I
I
can't
love
wait
it.
for that.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I just want to see Clayton
Ugh.
in his
little
toddler
baby rage.
baby body trying to set down the law, lay down the law. Well, I'm the man. And I
Okay.
say no other man. Okay.
All right.
Okay, sweetheart.
AKA no big dicks. No
Yeah.
dicks bigger than mine.
No, I don't want you to even know that that is a possibility, that there are other dicks out there that could actually please you.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Well, maybe she's got, a short cervix or something. Maybe it does please her.
No.
I'm so terrible.
No.
And then last but not least, we get to Sam and Citra. And Sam is taking Citra's dad and 2 sisters over to his family's house to meet his weird dad and
So
have
weird.
American food, aka KFC.
It looks like
catering.
KFC, right?
Yes,
Is it
it looked like
KFC?
KFC.
Okay.
It looked really bad,
That's
honestly.
a choice. Yeah.
And so they go to sit down to have dinner, and like Citra and her sisters and her dad get like one thing of chicken.
Yeah.
Because they're like, look at all these carbs. You Americans are fat. That's what they're thinking.
They eat chicken.
They eat the chicken, but they hate it.
But they eat chicken in Indonesia, but not the batter.
No, but they're eating the chicken and
it's
they're like,
pure slop.
this is bland.
Compared to what they're used to. It is absolute prison food.
Unseasoned, terrible, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
Because Americans always think that we have the best country and the best food and shit. I'm like, no, we don't.
Well, secondarily, I would eat the shit out of that.
I mean, if it was good fried chicken, I would not eat KFC. You don't eat
KFC? I will tear into some KFC, honey, and I don't deny it.
My issue with KFC, I like their chicken because it's salty, but the crust is not crispy. I want a crunchy.
Well, you got to get the
chicken.
crispy one. There's the original one, which is not crunchy, and then there's the extra crunchy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, honey.
I don't
gotta
eat there
do some
that
investigation, but that is so shameful to serve your Indonesian guests who spent 30 hours on their fucking flight to go to Missouri.
Yeah, Cameron, Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah.
KFC. You couldn't fucking cook.
No, he can't.
You couldn't throw something together with a little flavor in there.
No.
These people are the worst.
They're terrible. And this whole time they're eating this food and they're trying to socialize with Citra's family and everything. And Sam's just got this looming secret over his head that he's got to break it to Citra's dad.
I hate him so much.
He's the absolute worst.
Yeah.
He is so terrible.
His dad throws him under the bus. He used to really fucking suck. Yeah. Now he doesn't suck as much. He's like sort of maturing a little bit, but ugh.
Yeah, he used to be very irresponsible.
Yeah. That's just what Citra's cop dad wants to hear.
And his Citra's dad is like already sussing it out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's looking at this house, which is it's a fine house, but
it's hey.
I mean,
fine. It's good.
And he's looking at Sam's weird dad and the weird food, and he's just like, "This
fucking
is what my daughter's gonna live in."
Too far from the face tree.
Which, have we talked about that? Sam talking about his jaw.
Yeah, we've
talked about that.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just like,
I mean,
very strong genetics.
Yeah,
Papa
very
Sam.
strong. Very strong. And then at some point, they ultimately have the conversation where Sam and Citra talk to her dad, Herman.
I hated him so much in this conversation.
Sam?
Yes, because he wouldn't even look at him.
No, he's too ashamed.
He looked at Citra. He made Citra tell him. He came up with his dumb as fuck Suboxone story. He failed to mention that he was also caught with fucking cocaine and paraphernalia, which we discussed in the last episode.
Yep.
So he's a lying liar who lies, and he's making his wife, well, he can't speak the language, but he's making his wife say these things, and he won't even look at the man in the eyes.
Nope.
Like, at least as she's saying the shit, look at him in the eyes.
Right.
But
Man up a little bit. No, he can't. Because he's ashamed of his choices.
And he should be.
Yeah, he definitely should be. And it'd be like, just own up to it. That would speak volumes as opposed to not giving eye contact and looking ashamed by your actions, which you're dumb about because you had Suboxone in an unmarked prescription bottle and cocaine and shit. Like, what are you doing, dude? Right. That's stupid. And then you couldn't even file the diversion paperwork on time. And so now you have the possibility of going to jail.
Which is ridiculous.
It's absolutely
What
absurd.
else is more important than that? You're bringing in this girl from Indonesia to marry her, and you might have to go to jail if you don't file this paperwork. And so, oops, I missed my deadline.
Yeah, oopsie.
You're a fucking loser. Citra deserves so much. Why does Citra like him? What's wrong with Citra, though?
No.
Because she's a beautiful girl from a beautiful place. She's got a great family.
Yes.
Why does she want to move into the middle of bumfuck Missouri and live with this guy?
The
way he carries himself as he's walking around, it's almost like he's a fucking marionette on strings.
Waddling
I just
around.
can't take it.
I know.
And he's going to start doing drugs immediately.
100%.
After they get married.
100%. And Herman the whole entire time is like, do you even know who the fuck I am?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a fucking cop. Don't bullshit me. Like, don't try to skirt around the severity of this. Like, tell me how long you're going to have to be in jail if you have to go to jail. And Sam's like, 6 months to a year, which is insane.
Yeah.
So you expect Citra to deal with that if you actually go to jail?
And to
which you
hang
don't,
out with your weird, creepy dad and your horn dog brother. Okay.
that weird fucking house, cooking them food.
Well,
like,
but ultimately, spoiler alert.
yeah.
Henry lets Citra stay. They end up getting married, and so
Herman.
Herman. What did I call him?
You Henry.
Okay, so Herman ends up letting her stay. He does get his diversion, so he doesn't go to jail.
Yes.
But I'm just like, it's just a matter of time before he does drugs. And Herman even says to him, "No illicit goddamn drugs. If
Period.
I find out that my daughter is living with somebody who's doing drugs, like, that's the fucking end. Absolutely not."
Yes.
So, okay, matter of time.
I know.
It's
so I'm
coming.
like, at least Citra has a good family that would fly her back out home if shit goes astray. But I'm like, would Citra even tell her family though?
Right. That is the question.
I mean, you didn't tell your family about this man at all when you flew over here. So like, you're just expecting your family to be okay with it. And they love you and they're going to try and trust you. But they're looking at this dude that you picked and they're like, why?
Yep.
Literally, why? She could get like a well-off American man who would support her and live like a good life.
Yes.
But she chose this bumfuck loser from Cameron, Missouri.
Ooh, we can't help who we fall in love with, I guess. Women put on those
guess.
rose-colored glasses, honey. And I don't know how she puts those glasses on and looks at Sam.
I don't get it.
Or sees a prize.
Or even with Jasmine and Gino. Like, how does she actually love him?
Why does he love her?
He loves her because
banshee.
she pees on him. And talks baby
changes
talk.
his diapers.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know. All these people are crazy.
They're absolutely
They are insane.
But that's basically where we leave off with them.
Okay.
And then we get to the preview where Ashley and Manuel are twerking on a boat, and then Manuel starts crying because he misses his family.
Which I love to see somebody's heart and he loves his children. Yeah.
Even though she doesn't know his children.
Right.
Or his family. Nikki and Igor have some kind of weird party,
Honey,
and then she starts singing. She's
like, oh no, I can't. And then suddenly there's a microphone.
She's like,
as if she didn't make sure that it was there in the first place. And then she's singing in front of all of these horrified people because her voice is absolute trash.
It's
not what you think it is, Nikki.
It's really bad.
It's like her whole dream for her life is to first bag a Moldovan man and second to be a rock star, to be a pop star.
Nikki Exotica.
No.
Yeah.
It's just never going to work. She needs your father when you're 9 years old telling you you're never going to be a pop star. Fucking stop it
never gonna
right
be
now.
famous.
You're embarrassing me.
She is so embarrassing. And then Sophie comes out as bisexual to her mom.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, why? I guess that's the only interesting thing about their whole storyline is her bisexuality and him being jobless.
Bisexuality is valid, Beatrice.
It is, but I'm just like, this is such a production for no reason, you know? And then Claire, her mom, is like, well, but have you not been with a girl yet? Well, you should, so you should break up with Rob.
That is 100% me. If my child came to me and she was betrothed or going to marry some dude, please.
Okay.
But and then she says, I'm bisexual, mom. I'm like, absolutely don't get married. Go down on a box.
Yeah.
And let the person go down on your box.
And
see
try
how you
it out.
like it and see if you can fall in love. Like, don't get married until you experience this part of yourself. And so I appreciate Claire for doing that.
Yep. And I think Sophie's totally going to break up with Rob for that.
Yeah.
And he's going to be heartbroken about it.
Good.
I can't wait to see it.
Rob.
For real. And then Sam's mom tells him that she doesn't think he should have to convert to Islam to marry Citra, and he gets all mad about it.
She's drunk.
Yeah, 100%. And then also Herman doesn't really want Citra to marry Sam, but he's like, oh, okay.
I guess so. What am I going to do? You're here. We're here. This is happening.
Yep. And then Anali has her bachelorette party with strippers after Clayton told her no strippers.
No stripping. I put my little toddler foot down and I told you. And yet there's a stripper with a big old dick. It's stuffed in a sock and he's waving it around. And Anali is loving it.
Oh, totally.
She's living her best life.
She's like, oh my God, yes. The last big dick I'm going to see.
Yeah. For the rest of your life. Because you can't tell mama that Clayton has a big dick, honey.
Maybe it's thick.
Okay. 1.5 inches in thick.
No, maybe like 4 inches in thick.
There's no 4 inches on that boy.
Maybe
3 inches in thick.
Maybe he's a grower. I heard that some guys are like that. I heard some PPs.
Have you seen his hands?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just saying, I think there's something to that. Like if you have the little baby tiny hands,
you're
going to have a little baby tiny penis.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just don't think so. I think Anali knows it. She's had sex with him.
Unfortunately.
No.
And he's going to get all sad about it. And then we're going to see it on the tell. So next episode is not the season finale.
I know.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Why?
We have to watch these weddings and stuff.
I know. They're going to be terrible.
They're going to be awful.
It's going to be a 2-parter. We're going to have 2 parts for each wedding.
Probably.
Thank you, like Married at First Sight. No thanks.
Probably. Maybe we'll have to consolidate some of these episodes.
Maybe.
But that's it.
Well, I had fun.
Yeah.
It's not like I didn't.
Good.
Well, what would anybody do without us? Because we make this shit entertaining and fun.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is what we do. This is how we're alchemists. We turn something shitty into something that's gold.
Something trashy into gold.
That's right. All right. Well, we'll be back on Monday/Tuesday to talk Sister Wives again. And then next week, we're getting right into Vanderpump Rules and also 90 Day Fiancé.
Yes.
Until then, Beatrice, is there anything else that we need to say to these beautiful raccoons?
Well, if you love our podcast, I sure hope you go onto your favorite podcast platform and give us a glowing 5-star review. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And until next time, never forget that we've got nothing but love for you and peace out.
Bye.